Today we're going to be using the book The Color Monster for inspiration for our drawing. In the book The Color Monster, he has all sorts of mixed up feelings. Sometimes he's happy, sad, angry, afraid, calm, or feeling loved. How do your feelings affect how you feel? Sometimes if you're angry, you may want to throw things and slash paint. Today, we're going to be drawing our very own monster and a jar for their feelings. Before you do this project, think about how you feel today. Try to think about what kind of colors and lines and shapes help you express how you're feeling today. You could come up with any emotion that you have. It does not have to be happy or mad, like the monsters in my drawing example. Pick your own emotion. Don't be afraid to express yourself. Use any supplies you have at home. In the video, I'm using pencil, marker, crayons, and scissors. I start with my pencil and I'm just sketching a design for my monster. The book monster looks a certain kind of way, but don't forget, we're our own artists. So if you want to draw your own creature, go for it. I started with 2 lines on either side, and now I'm adding ears. At the bottom, my monster is shaggy with long, textured fur, so I use triangles for that. Now my creature needs big, bushy eyebrows, I think, because I am making angry. Sometimes angry feelings are hard for me. I would rather be happy all the time. Sometimes you just have to be okay with being angry for a while. So here's my angry creature. Give him some legs and, of course, some arms. When I'm angry, sometimes I put my arms on my waist. So there, he's got some angry mom arms. Don't forget, your creature can look however you want. Use lines and shapes to draw your own. Now I want to switch gears a little bit. This is my happy monster. Who doesn't like to be happy, right? So I decided to go with the circle, kind of bright and cheery like the sun or an orange. And these eyes are just so happy. And a big smile. He needs some legs too. I'm going to draw some pattern on his legs. And then he is not going to have arms on his waist. His arms are going to be up in the air and he's going to be dancing because he's so happy. If you've been drawing along with the video, now's a good time to pause the video because I'm about to move on to the next step, outlining with a marker. You can choose to outline your creature with a marker or you can just leave a pencil. It's up to you. That's right, it's time for super speed, friends. Now, anytime I outline with marker, I always erase my pencil lines. This is a trick that helps my art look so much nicer when it's all done. Now we're going to start adding the jars for our feelings. In the book, Color Monster, the monster sorted his feelings into jars to help him make sense of things. So now we need to draw a jar to keep our feelings in so they can be sorted and we can really think about how we're feeling. Your jar needs to be big enough for your monster to fit in sometimes. So I just measured mine and made some marks so I know how big to make the jar on the page. To make your jar, you use 2 straight up and down lines, add a curved line at the top, and then make a lid. Don't forget, your jars don't have to look just like mine. You can look at jars that you have in your house, or you can look at the pictures in the book on the video to give you some help. I'm going to put a label on my jar so I can label the feelings that are going in that jar for that day. And remember, I had a very mad monster and a happy monster, so that's what I'm going to label these jars as in a little bit. Now it's time to start coloring. Remember when you're coloring to try to pick colors that make you think of the feeling that you're trying to express. So, since this monster is angry, I have picked reds and oranges, and I'm not just going to pick one color, I'm going to color mix on my coloring. So, I'm just coloring his fur all red right now. I'm using crayons, so that means I'll be able to blend my colors and use more than one. Here's some orange. You don't have to use the same colors that I am using, even if you are using the same feeling. Think about how colors make you feel and try to use those. Time to get back to work on these jar labels. You might have to ask a grown up for help with this, or maybe a big brother or big sister. But you could spell out the feelings and put a label on your jar. Then you could color the jars so that it will help keep the feelings not mixed up. So it'll help you feel them. So I'm drawing some scribblies all over my mad one, and then I'm going to color it with colors that match the monster. Sometimes art can make us feel feelings. Like you could feel proud when you do a really good job on an art project. But other times it can make us feel frustrated or angry when it's hard for us to get something right the first time. It's important to remember that we should sort our feelings into jars and help us think about how they're making us feel, but don't keep them in the jars. We have to take our feelings out every once in a while. All right, these jars are almost done. I thought it would be fun to cut my jars and my creature out so that I could interact with them and pretend to put them in the jar. And maybe they switch jars. Who knows? I thought it would be fun though. So cut your things out if you have scissors and it's okay with a grown up. Be sure to use safe scissor skills while you're cutting, friends. Here we go. My creatures and my jars are all finished now, and they are resting on their feeling jar. I hope you had fun creating today and expressing your feelings in your artwork. And as always, I cannot wait to see your posting of your artwork. Remember to be creative and have fun.